Hey guys, so we're gonna do a video. It's looking like we got some bad news. I hadn't done a video on it yet. I didn't want to pull cards on it. You know that it didn't feel right. But I definitely do want to talk about it now. And the latest news, and I just am learning of it in the last roughly about half hour, 45 minutes. The Titanic sub, we know they lost it. And the Coast Guard had been looking for it. It was about $250,000 to do this little sub to go explore the Titanic, which there's a lot of controversy with it as far as how safe it was. Obviously, it appears it wasn't safe. All 5 passengers aboard a submersible that vanished while on a dive to explore the Titanic wreck site have died. Officials said Thursday after underwater robots discovered seafloor debris from the sub that was consistent with a catastrophic implosion. And I know there was a lot of YouTubes that were made on it, and many of us were watching it. I watched, you know, maybe about I don't know 3 to 5. I don't know. Kind of watched it and looked at it, and there was. But yeah, there was controversy how safe it was, and the CEO, yeah. And let me pull up here People Magazine so we could get the names of them. So this is People Magazine. Titanic sub passengers died due to catastrophic pressure implosion, it went missing with 5 passengers on board after setting out on an expedition to explore the Titanic wreckage on June 18. But yeah, it was called the Titan, a 21-foot submersible owned by Ocean Gate Expedition, where lost contact with Canadian research vessel Polar Prince on Sunday. Among those on board is Ocean Gate CEO Stockton Rush. On Thursday, the U.S. Coast Guard confirmed that all 5 people are presumed dead after they found debris that was likely caused by a catastrophic implosion. And it started with about 96 hours of oxygen when it entered the water. Oh boy, I would never do something like this, man. According to the United States Coast Guard, Captain Jamie Frederick, who spoke at a press conference in Boston on Tuesday, and you know we were all glued. I mean, just glued, you know, for this. This one isn't even showing their names. What's going on? Hold on. I want to get their names. We've got the CEO, but I want. What about the? Oh, man, I can't find it. Hold on. I'm trying to find it, guys. Hang on. Oh, it's. You know, here's a Forbes. You know. But yeah, here's from Forbes. Ocean Gate Expeditions now says the 5 people aboard its Titanic submersible vehicle that went missing Sunday are thought to be dead. Yep. We now believe that our CEO Stockton Rush, Shahzada Dawood and his son Sulman Dawood, Hamish Harding, and Paul Henry Nargiole have been sadly lost. The company said in a statement on Thursday. Contact with the sub was lost shortly after the beginning its descent from the surface of the Atlantic Ocean to visit the wreckage of the famed Titanic. A U.S. Coast Guard Rear Admiral Don Mauger confirmed in Thursday press conference that the search for Titan yield debris that is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. So there's, and of course we can look at that, and there's a lot of YouTubes on it. I know. This is just kind of what I want to say. I don't want to do too terribly long of a video, but I know there's something kind of rather cathartic about watching this, and I know that some people commented they were rich people that were able to do this expedition. There was definitely safety issues that, oh, I know they're going to be looking at that, you know, that, you know, it wasn't safe, you know, certain things. But I know some people have commented, you know, the original Titanic, we know what happened. There were, you know, it hit an iceberg, of course. But the rich people were able to get on life rafts. They were doing that and letting the poor people sink. Okay, we know that not just from the movie but from history. Okay, and then it was horrible, and the ice cold water and everything like that. It sits there at the bottom of the ocean floor as a testament of some deep things. Okay, and it's horrifying, and it's very sad. And then we of course know the movie Titanic. Almost everybody's seen it. I did, when I updated my DVD collection. Sorry, I used to have it on VHS a long time ago, but I made sure to get a copy of that, of course. And there's something, okay, there's, I know some people have commented, oh, rich people going down, and then, but there's one thing I can say, we were all praying they would be saved. It really, for the most of us, it didn't matter whether they were rich or poor. It's frightening, okay, to be down there with the Titanic in a little sub and running out of oxygen. I feel like we were all like going, oh God, we want to see the heroes stick here. We want to see them rescued and saved. And then, and then they were bolted in on top of it. So they would have to be, removed out. We all wanted to see, like a movie, the rescue mission successful. And that's not what we got. And one of the deeper things is, I know the fragility of human life. And there was a time with the Titanic, yes, that, the rich people were able to get on a raft. And one of the big problems was the Titanic didn't have enough rafts. Okay. They didn't. Everybody knows that one, right? And many people perished because they were poor. Okay. But something, but I still want to say, regardless, that they were rich, and people have commented, oh, they were rich. And regardless, I feel like we all were either watching the news or YouTube or reading news or whatever, or maybe on Facebook talking about, or whatever it may be. And we just want them rescued. But we do still, it's hard to ignore the story of the Titanic in this. I know, if I'm just being honest. But one thing I can say that we could take from this, yes, like I know some people are kind of sitting there, let me just be honest with you guys, is Spirit teaching us a lesson, because we've got orcas attacking boats and all kinds of shit, and there's all kinds of craziness going on in the world, and then we're all glued going, oh my God. Yes, I would say there is one thing that maybe Spirit, death is real. And no matter whether you're rich or poor, even people, if they were rescued from the Titanic back in the day, the early 1900s, and got on a raft, we all eventually are going to perish. Okay. We all are going to have to meet our Maker at one point. It's one thing, no matter how much money you have or not, the great equalizer is death. That's what it is, But at the same time, and I guess that's what we were all looking. We're all looking that in the face, in some way. Looking at this water, and then the Titanic, which is all about death in so many ways, and then this, like, oh, the fragility of human life, that we want to rescue them. Maybe the reason why we're all glued and maybe we're all praying, regardless whether they're rich or poor, is because, oh God, life, human life, and it's trapped in, it's frightening, it's scary, and please rescue and prayers and various things. And we want to see a happy ending really bad. We really do. But then, as we now know the result, we're all going gasp, and then we sit there. Yes, we're all staring death in the face, and it's looking back at us, just like in Nietzsche. When you look at the abyss, it stares back into you. Oh God, we were looking into the abyss. The Titanic is way at the bottom. That's the abyss, and looking back at us is death. Okay, and as I say that. Yeah, that's what we all do. That's the Nietzsche. We're looking into the abyss. We're like, where are they? Where are they? Oh God, 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 God. And then death is kind of looking at us and going, yeah, life is short. And you never know when it's your time, and it doesn't matter how much money you have or whatever it may be. We all are gonna face death at some point. You know, which, you know, the teach, his thing is Shiva. Yeah, God of death. And, you know, but he could be the death, God of rebirth too. But it's almost like Shiva's looking at us going, you know, it's scary. Yes, yes, it is. Okay, you know, the Titanic is a symbol of it, but it also is a symbol of some deep shit, you know, when it comes to, you know, like I said, the rich poor thing. But no matter what, it doesn't matter. You could have billions of dollars. You're going to have to face Shiva, you know, no matter what, you know, no matter, you know, no matter rich or poor, we all got to face Shiva, death. At some point, we're all up. Here comes the abyss staring into us. We're all looking into the abyss. Oh, there's his face looking back at us. So what I guess it is hard as a spiritualist. What lesson do we take out of this Titanic sub story? You know, even the Beatles said we all live in a yellow submarine. You know, there was a song. You know. And we all are in a sub. You know, somewhere in the ocean, we all are in one. Okay, we are. And it really, you know, whether rich, poor, this, that, whatever, eventually we face death. And so maybe there's a little bit of a wake-up call, yes, that we can take from this Titanic sub. Life is short, fragile. You never know when your time's up. You think you're going for something, and you just never know. I see one of the wake-up calls, and yes, even, you know, Buddha has to face death. You know, that's one of the things. You know, just like when they're trying to shoot arrows at him and stuff, and he's turning them into lotus petals. You know, facing our mortality. You know, even if I work with deities or various things, or we can pray, you know, and one of the things, of course, what is imperishable, you know, there is that, of course, in, you know, especially in Christianity, and as well, you know, as in Hinduism, the self, and then we go to not self. But Buddha does remind everything is impermanent too, though. At least, you know, the seen world, definitely. What do we take as a lesson from that? It is a wake-up call. Yes, it should be for people to pay attention. But it's yes, you could say Spirit forced us to look into the abyss. And now it's looking back at us. You know, and the abyss has a face. It does. And as we look at this, recognize the fragility of human life, and we've got to, you know, do something. And there he is. There's several images I have, I guess you could say, when looking into the abyss. You know, it looks back into you, and well, very often his eyes are closed, but you know, if he opens that his third eye, oh, that's the end of it all, I guess. So, you know, Shiva, yeah. You know, and there was a very little person looking at Shiva there, which very often can be a Himalaya mountain, but also is notably there is a temple to him in the Grand Canyon, and things like that. Yeah, Himalaya mountains. Many people have tried to climb mountains out there and not made it. Yeah, there's that too. Expeditions and things. A respect for human life. Yes, we need to have it. We need to have it more. Yes, but there is a point. All spiritualists have to kind of face our mortality too. We do want, you know, we think of, you know, the immortal soul, yes, but we still have to face, you know, everything's impermanent, you know, and it's real easy to, you know, forget that, you know, our lives are, you know, what they are. Eventually this body will be dust. What happens to my soul and all that. It's frightening. I know it is. But we've got to face Shiva at some point. Everybody has to face Shiva, the god of death. Okay, at some point. All right. So we looked into the abyss. He kind of said, "Look at the abyss. I'm looking into you." Okay, and you know, and it's like, okay. So he's a teacher. Yeah, I know he's a teacher. I'm very well aware. And it's like, okay, so as I look at this, you know, it doesn't matter whether you're rich, you're poor, you're this or that. We are all one. We're all human. We got to take care of the planet. Yes, he really loves the earth. Yes, we got to take care of ourselves. We got to be kinder to each other. But we were forced to look into the abyss. Because we're like, where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Oh shit, that's Shiva. And we step back and go, oh, okay. And then we kind of sit there and go, oh, it just is, their money couldn't, you know, okay, no matter how much I make, no matter, you know, even if I'm a good person or a bad person, I'm going to face Shiva. You know, so I would hope that when I do face Shiva, you know, either way, you know, one day I'm going to be gone. But, you know, whatever happens to my soul, that's, you know, that's very important to me. Okay. But also, you know, I care about your guys' soul too. Let's pull some cards. But yes, we were all forced to look into the abyss. Okay. We were all forced to look into the abyss. Bottom card, root chakra. Yep. That's where we could face our fear, ground to the earth, be present in your body. But the root chakra is where we could deal with our fear. Yeah, it's scary, guys. I understand that and stuff. But I would also like to be the teacher and explain. Okay, we got to be honest with our mortality. We all, you know, at a certain point are going to face that. The Titanic sub is a wake-up call, yes. Angels, yes. We've got angels on everything. Supported divine intervention is at play. Oh God, yes. Okay, you know, the angels want, you know, they're, you know how, 1111, wake up call, yes. They're like, wake up. Okay, earth, that's what spirit really wants to Shiva, Shiva likes the earth. That's his woman, right? Take care of the earth. You are building a firm foundation. Pay attention to the details. Yeah, and that's what we want to pay attention, you know, to certain things that are going on in the world right now. There is lessons that spirit is trying to teach. The Phoenix, though, I know. What are the things about, yeah, there is kind of a, you know, a death of something to become a phoenix and then rise out of the ashes. Okay? Surrender to transformation and rebirth. That's what spirit wants us to do. And sometimes we got to go. It's like burn it down and rise from the ashes. Rebirth. We got to have a rebirth here. Isn't that what Jesus does? He does his death and he does a rebirth. He is the phoenix. He really is. Divine timing. Yeah. Let go of your timeline. Spirit has a plan. We are on Spirit's watch, not our own. No one on this planet who is a human being has control of Spirit's watch. Okay? That's the way it is. Everything is kind of a matter of divine timing. So, everyone pay attention to your own interpersonal lessons that are going on in your world, but also the bigger things that are happening that have, you know, got us looking at things like I have above. Oh, you know how I feel about the app. Okay, while you're all distracted, this is happening with kids. Okay, but then this is where Shiva said, look into the abyss. Now I'm looking at you. Death. Okay. It's a scary face, you know, in a way, but also can liberate. Okay? Can liberate as well. So can we be liberated from thinking we've got time? Okay? To play around and fuck around and be stupid. No, we don't have time. It's time to wake up. Okay? And I even just showed that. The angels, wake up calls, 1111, all this stuff. Okay, we've got a lot going on. You know, there's a lot of wake-up calls. Okay, but that is one. We were forced. We're looking into the abyss. Where are they? Where are they? You know, I didn't even read on it. I don't want to know, you know, even myself, because yes, death is frightening. But, you know, in the abyss, you know, I know what face I'm seeing. I'm seeing Shiva. Okay, I'm seeing the god of death and going, I'm going to teach a big thing about humanity. So, but whatever you felt as an individual, if you're watching my vid, whatever you felt going, oh God, where are they? Oh, the fragility, in a little sub. Oh God, the Titanic, making you think of the story and all this, and whew, you know, and everything. And there's a lot of stuff, you know, with the orcas and everything is going nuts. Yeah, there's a call. What is he saying? I guess we all have to ask that. What does he want to teach? Okay. I guess I'll let you guys answer that personal for yourself. When you looked into the abyss, looking for this sub, what were you thinking? You, as it serves as a mirror, what were you deeply thinking of? Okay? I do hope this helps.